I grew up in a depressed, violent Irish Catholic home. Some people say that's redundant. But I remember, I was in, all sorts of trances all the time. I think partly it's just sort of the nature of my being, but also partly to get away from the violence and just a lot of anger and a lot of crazy stuff. But I remember vividly being at like large family gatherings, like Easter or Christmas or Thanksgiving, and be in like the big room with everybody, maybe 20 people, and I'd usually be off in a corner someplace, and I would just be feeling myself like tune into my family members, and I just felt I love these people. I love this person so much. And I felt like I could really feel who they were. I just feel this beauty of who they were. And I just assumed, from a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old's consciousness, that when they went to speak, the words that were used would somehow match the state that I was sensing them, that seemed so obvious. And yet, much of the time when they went to speak, they would either be totally unrelated or even more sort of shocking, completely contradictory. And so that transposition of two very, very different presentations, it was like, on one hand, I was like shocked and confused, but even more, I was like, wow, that's amazing. I mean, the feeling was, this is such a deep, amazing mystery about that people could be at one level in one way, and the way they presented themselves in the world to be a totally different way. I've inquired a lot with people over the years for similar types of experiences. And I think the most common response I got, no, of course not. And then, I kind of continue to talk a little bit. It's like, wait a second. This sense of a wonderment that is one dimension of most childhoods. And you sort of learn, you learn like the way they talk about, say, psychedelic experiences. Oh, it's just a drug state. You were just drugged out. Well, it may be a drug state, and the fact that it's in a drug state may severely limit the way that you can use it or transfer it into this sort of collective reality that we're unfolding. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's giving you a flash into something. And as T.S. Eliot said, the rest is prayer, observance, thought, discipline, and action.